Can we cook a pizza in the RidgeMonkey sandwich toaster? Hi everybody, welcome back to Vanlife Eats. And today we're going to be doing some cooking. You probably have heard of the brand RidgeMonkey. This is the RidgeMonkey Compact XL Sandwich Toaster. This is probably our most used RidgeMonkey product. However, there is a series of amazing RidgeMonkey products out there, but this is the one that we use the most. So we're going to be putting it to the test today. Now, having Italian heritage, Italian blood, ragu in the blood, I would struggle with a life without pizza. So let's put this to the test. Can we cook pizza in the RidgeMonkey sandwich toaster? Now there's ways that I can make pizza in the van without having an oven, but is RidgeMonkey one of those ways that we can make pizza? Let's see. Now of course, I don't make things simple. You could go out and buy some dough. Me, on the other hand, I like to make dough. You know I like to make dough because I've taught loads of you to make my dough. Now this is my pizza dough. It's been proven overnight. Normally I'd leave it a little bit longer, so we're gonna take some of this out and we're gonna make, it's only gonna be a small pizza, but let's make pizza. So we're gonna use some semolina flour here for dusting. And then we're just gonna take a chunk of this lovely dough. So the very first thing we're going to do is we are just going to roll this into a ball because we've lost its shape a little bit and we want to get some air back in there. So let's just dip it into the semolina flour just so it's not all sticky. We'll just keep pinching and pulling the side in till we've got a nice little dough ball. And then what we should start seeing there, we've got some little air bubbles starting to come through, which is exactly what we want. Obviously, we're not going to be making a big circular Neapolitan pizza. Now we've got a square pan. So I was thinking what we could do here is we could make a Roman pizza. When you go to Rome, you buy these amazing little slices, square slices of beautiful Roman pizzas, amazing flavors, a bit more creative than the Neapolitan classics, a little bit different. So what I'm thinking we can do is make a square Roman base and let's get creative with a really cool topping. There we have a beautiful, thin, perfect pizza base there. Roughly the same sort of size as the RidgeMonkey pan. So let's get our toppings ready. So I've got this beautiful Gorgonzola. I've got this lovely red chicory. We got some walnuts. We got some truffle oil. And there's some honey somewhere. Let's drizzle it with a bit of honey as well. Mustn't forget the mozzarella. So normally we'd be loading up our pizza dough with our toppings, getting ready to put in our pizza oven. We're not doing that. We're doing something slightly different. So because I want all elements of the pizza to cook well, what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to put the dough into the RidgeMonkey pan and then put it on the heat to slightly toast the bottom. And obviously we're not going to be flipping because all the toppings are going to stick to the top. It's not that kind of pizza. So we just want to get a little bit of colour on the bottom of that dough to make sure it cooks through. We've got this on a fairly low flame as well. Nice and gentle here. Okay, so now we've just got a little bit of go on that dough, just the tiniest bit of colour. That's all we need. Let's flip it over and let's build our pizza. So let's start with some lovely truffle oil on there. And then we're going to put some mozzarella, some of this gorgeous Gorgonzola cheese. We're going to take some of this lovely red chicory, just lay a couple of leaves of that across the top. We're just going to crush some walnuts onto the top of this. Just crush them on like this. So I've got some honey here, so we're just going to put a drizzle of honey across the top of this. And of course we want some herbs, so I'm just going to put some parsley on there as well. And then some more of that lovely truffle oil. Finish this off with some salt and some pepper. And that is gonna be incredible. Need to try and keep the RidgeMonkey closed so it's locking in that heat, so the heat gets to the top. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks pretty damn spot on to me. We've managed to get an amazing, lovely, you hear that? Lovely crispy base there. Crusty around the edges, but that's because we had to cook the underside first. So I think that is the key to making this work. So we do have pizza in a RidgeMonkey. Now just to confirm that this is proper, you know, that base looks decent under there. I mean, this is my pizza of choice. This is inspired from an amazing pizza that's legendary in Rome. It's got exactly the same ingredients as this on it. So I can't wait to eat it, but yes, you can do pizza in the RidgeMonkey. This is very un-Neapolitan, but very, very Rome. It's an amazing pizza. I really love Gorgonzola. It's one of my favourite cheeses. It's got crunch. See how airy that is inside. So good. It's really good to just make a change from your classic margarita, which is my favourite. No tomato in here, but you know, anything's possible. Put tomato on there, do a margarita in the RidgeMonkey. It's possible. You have to do what I said before, you have to pre-cook the base first, then flip it over. Then you'll get an amazing pizza like this. The Gorgonzola with those walnuts, with the sweetness of the honey, and then the crunch of the chicory in there as well. But the crispiness of the base, you can hear me munching. Very good. So just to summarise, I use my own dough. I love my own dough. It's already going to be airy and light, but you can use pre-cooked dough, or you could use a pre-cooked base if you want. That's fine. But the secret really is to cook one side first in the RidgeMonkey with the lid closed, so it acts like an oven in there. So you start to get the bubbles and the actual dough itself starts to cook, otherwise you'll have raw dough. So make sure you get that done first. And then when you've got a nice crispy looking base, which is actually going to be the top, we flip it, we build our pizza, and then we pop it back in the RidgeMonkey, then keep that lid closed again, so it acts like an oven inside there. And then after, it took me about 5 minutes, I lifted the lid and it was looking pretty damn perfect. And it's tasting better than perfect. Dog got lucky there. It's a very good pizza. Can't stop eating this pizza, it's so good. So I'm gonna put the recipe that I used for this pizza and my dough in the comments below. So take a look at that. Try and make my dough. My dough's amazing. If you need the recipe, it's on vanlifeeats.com. But I'll put the recipe for this combination of pizza. It's incredible, you'll love it, I promise. I love it.